Oh my God. It was a rough 24 hours for our team, but look, it was equally as bad for this fan base. Absolutely pathetic. And I am an ardent defender of Jets fans. People say, oh, I hate Jets fans. I hate this fan base. No, look, if you're still rocking with this team after what we've been through, we're cool. And we're still cool. But it's just ridiculous. It was a pathetic showing from Jets fans, losing their minds on both ends. And I can't with the Zach Wilson haters and trolls, and I can't with the fanboys and the stands. I just can't do it. You're both out of your mind. Number one, we don't need to be coming at each other's necks this hard when we're 5-3. Newsflash, we're 5-3. We lost one game. It was horrific. We all know that. We lost one game. And on the haters and the trolls, you all know, everyone watching this knows at least one Jets fan that couldn't wait for this moment. Couldn't wait to relish in it. Mwahaha, I told you Zach Wilson was horrible. You want a cookie? I mean, what? I know, you know who I'm talking to. You probably already commented some more of it on this video, and that's fine. Yeah, that's what you want to do. That's how you want to spend your time. But you can only complain so much without suggesting a viable alternative. What should the Jets have done? If in your mind Zach Wilson is already a bust, what should the Jets have done? Kept Sam Darnold? That's hilarious. Draft Trey Lance, he doesn't exist. Mac Jones, we just saw that. Justin Fields, he doesn't look any significantly better or worse than Zach Wilson. What, Davis Mills? Are you kidding me? The Jets took an incredibly talented, high-character individual, the number 2 overall pick, which is probably what half the league would have done in our position if they needed a quarterback. So, and the idea that we should bench him for the ghost of Joe Flacco, almost 38 years old with a surgically repaired neck, Chris Streveler, who's 28 years old and has never started an NFL game, or Mike White, if you pace out his 2021 season, projected out, he would have thrown nearly 40 interceptions. And that's your answer? Being angry at Zach Wilson is not evidence that any of those guys are a viable option at quarterback. We're not trading for a quarterback at the deadline. So you got to just buckle it up and root for this kid the next 9 games. That's our only option. And this team is good. We have a good GM. Check. We have 7 blue chip level players on this team that are 25 or younger, including veterans like DJ Reed, Quinton Williams, still 25. We have a coach who I'm not calling Vince Lombardi after going 5-3, but has clearly established a culture, something that the last 2 coaches could not do. This is the most Jets fans have had reason for optimism by far in a decade, and we're absolutely in shambles after one loss, and it was a horrific loss, and now there's this too. Guys, Jets fans are allowed to have eyes. And anyone with eyes who's being honest is going to be concerned about Zach Wilson. Now, maybe you feel it in your soul, in your bones. He's the guy. Zach Wilson stands. Zach Wilson season. That's fine. Free country, beautiful. But you can't lose your mind at other Jets fans for looking and watching other quarterbacks in the NFL and watching Zach Wilson and go, that looks kind of different. I mean, we're at the point now where with Zach Wilson, he's not a bust after 18 games. That's crazy. But it's also crazy not to look at every single other young quarterback who's become a franchise quarterback in the last 15 years and know that they performed better through their first 18 games than Zach Wilson every single one. Don't tell me Josh Allen. He had the most, he was jumping over people, rushing for like 1,000 yards and 12 touchdowns in his first 18 games. Give me a break. There's one Josh Allen. Ditto that Jalen Hurts. So if Zach Wilson is going to be the franchise guy, he's probably going to have to be maybe the single biggest statistical anomaly in modern quarterback development history. But you could argue the Jets have put historically incompetent pass protection in front of him in many of those 18 games, running for his life. My God. So the Jets are 5-3. We should feel good about that. Zach Wilson, we're going to know by the end of these 9 games. But until then, we just got to support the kid. But you can't tell me you don't have concerns. You can't. You're not being honest. I'm sorry, I don't believe you. Go Jets.